Hello everyone, I'm Dragon Whelp and welcome back to Kerbal Space Program. When we last left off, we were looking into the administration building. Luckily enough, we don't have to touch it yet. But in this episode, we're going to do the satellite mission, and I went ahead and took the liberty of taking mostly all the soil samples or the surface samples that I could do for the new thing that we acquired when we upgraded the R&D building, which was to take surface samples. I went around KSP and took all the surface samples, and here it is. How do you like that? I crashed. There's only one more building that I need to take care of, but there was a lot of science that I did not get. Wow, I just didn't. I could not be. My eyes could not believe what I was seeing. It's just, jeez. There was one building that I didn't get anything from, which was the administration building, which now that I know it exists, like most people don't, I went over there and took some science samples. Anyway, enough of that. There's one node, now that we've got the science from doing all the soil samples from KSP, we have 240 science to spend, and I'm thinking about grabbing the fairings one, because it comes with the Clampotron. And when we send up satellites, we want to be able to make sure that, because old parts will be up, the more progression we make through the R&D building, the more traits and stuff, the more nodes that we unlock, the better the things, and the higher grade of equipment. And the Clampotron here will allow us to easily, like, say for instance, we put a high gain antenna on a probe or a satellite, because we're going to need a satellite for when we venture out of Kerbin's orbit to go, say, to Duna or Elu or, I don't know, any of the other planets in the system. We want to be able to send our science home just in case the people that are there don't make it back right away. So having these clampetrons will allow us to, we put this antenna on it now, but we unlocked a new antenna later, and we can upgrade it as needed because all we got to do is just undock it, and there we go. And not to mention, we get the fairings, which is going to allow us to protect all the vital parts of our satellite to keep it all nice and snug when we're, sending it up to launch. So that's just a few things, a few explanations why I want to get this. So enough talk, let's grab it. We have 80 science left, and there's nothing left to buy. So let's head over to the VAB. And I've noticed that there's a little bug. All my ships that I've saved, even the ones that I save now, they don't show up here. So I have to build every ship that I make from here on out from scratch, unless somebody knows how to fix this problem. If you do, please leave a comment down below. But first off, we're going to have to make this unmanned, which it's better to have a satellite go up unmanned anyway. And the better, let's see, what is the better ones of the two? The Sputnik has electrical charge of 10. The Probodyne, let's just use the Probodyne. There we go. And we want to make sure we make good use of the new parts that we got. So let's see, how am I going to do this? This might be useful. We will need some reaction wheels, and these little bitty ones are perfect. May even go ahead, yeah, let's go all out. So the more that we use, the more advanced parts that we use now, the less we have to upgrade it later. Let's see. Where did all those parts go? There's a clampetron. We could put it on top of here, and we could do the reverse. And this is where all our, say, solar panels, because we can update the solar panels later. And this is also where the antenna will go. Actually, let's do this. There we go. And let's grab, let's see, let's send some science up. Actually, we got to follow what it says. Position a satellite in the specific orbit of Kerbin. Okay. What does it have to have? That's for the latitude and longitude. Please note that you must need unmanned. This must be a new unmanned probe. Yes, okay. It says build a new unmanned probe that has an antenna and can generate power. Oh, wow. Most of them say you have to have at least a science of some sort. But I am going to send a few science experiments due to the fact that there are some quests or some missions that you get from Mission Control that says, hey, grab some science or do a temperature or do a this in Kerbin's orbit around, being in an orbit around Kerbin. So we're going to send all of that juicy stuff up there. Let's see. You need a payload. That's too big. We want to make this as compact as possible. So I want to grab some batteries. Grab these. Wait, which are the better ones? This one holds 200. This one holds 100. Okay, these are the better ones. So let's stick a few in there. And this is also where I'm going to put our science. So I'm going to put 2 thermometers in here, per usual of my builds. Always want to double up. No matter if you're going to use them or not, it's best to have multiples just in case. Let's put some goo canisters in here. As close as, there we go. Have a Science Junior on there. Awesome, awesome. Let's see, utilities.
This won't be coming back, so there's no sense in having any parachutes or anything else on it. I may be able to suffice with some lighting. Put a couple lights in here. Maybe not. Let's turn this around and aim it back this way. Just a little bit. There we go. Close this back up. So now for this part, I will do maybe this and put the antenna and the solar panels on here. So we got our new solar panels. Question is though, do we want the 3x3s? No, I don't like those. I don't like those at all. I like the 1x6s. To me, they look more satellite-ish. Or more satellite-like, if that's the way you say it. So let's give it a set of these. Make sure it's all in even kilter. Alright, let's just put them all 4 together. There we go. And then all we have to do later when we decide to upgrade this thing is to build this section upwards, because we have everything else right there. So we got our batteries, we got our solar panels. Let's actually put another set here just for no. And then now we need our antennas, our communications. The best high gain antenna we have so far is this one. And this is what it looks like extended. Kinda But we can also, let's see, what is this one? This is a Communitron. That's the high gain. And like I said, we'll have different array of antennas. Some of them won't look as good, and others will, look too good. And the way I'm looking at this, yeah, we want to have that. Well, maybe not. Let me take this off and see how this looks. That looks okay. So now we want to make sure we keep our payload. That's too small. Make sure we keep our payload all in check. Oh, I'm missing the one important thing. How could I forget this? We're going to need some, just in case it needs to do a little bit of a maneuver, we want to make sure we have enough fuel. I don't want to put anything too big. I could put an RCS system on this thing, because with it being so small, a little bit of thrust goes a long way. But yeah, no worries. I can do this. Put two Oscar tanks on it with just a little bitty old engine. That just don't look right though. It just does not look right. Maybe it's because of this. I mean, it's just there's little bitty engines just. Ugh. So we could put maybe a small, just a very small tank on here with some thud engines maybe. Oh, that's a big engine. I don't need that. Put a spark on here. That's just too small too. I don't know. Give me just a second to think, and I'll be right back. Alright, I think I figured it out. We're going to use the little bitty T100 fuel tank compared with the small yet efficient Terrier engine. These smaller ones just, I don't like they look puny to me. I don't know why. And it figures that it wouldn't do anything. But this is a good satellite, I would think. We probably could do without the computer or the Science Junior, but I want to make sure we have everything we can for mission's sake.
So here we go. Now we want to make sure our package is very well saved and sealed. I will need a coupler here. Stack separator. Oh, it's a small one. Is this a bigger one? Yeah. Need the stack separator along with this. And we want to make sure it covers... Does that cover? Looks like it does. Antenna folded and all. We may even want to extend this antenna. And how do you edit this? Can we edit it? Edit fairing. There we go. There we go. Gives it more of a nose. That way, just in case when the fairings do deploy, I want to make sure that this antenna is not going to get in its way, because it looked like it was clipping through just a little bit, and I want it to make it look like, you know, straight. So now we have to put our payload underneath it. Oh, I just deleted that fairing. Oh no, it saved it. Okay, good. So we have to reach in here and grab it by the command module. There we go. So now we just need to get our payload launch delivery system, get it in place. And I want to put a coupler there. Maybe not. Because all this... yeah, it won't matter. Because all of this will be detached anyway. So let's get another big tank. And some engines. I'll use the skipper once again. And then I want to copy this. Get some couplers. Hydraulic couplers. We upgraded. These are a lot more powerful than the radial ones we were using. And they're a lot better than these here. Because they push. When they release, they push. So let's get this all lined up. There we go. And then I want to copy this. Line them up over here. There we go. That looks like it's good. Oh, are we... Oh, we're overweight. Okay. So let's take one can off. Hopefully this will get us into space. I think it has before. I'm just trying to overcompensate. Because this is not nearly as heavy as what we've been trying to put up in space. Let's see. We're good on weight. All right. So we do need some fairings. Or not some fairings. We do want some control surfaces. And I think... Yeah, these are the better ones. So let's put 4 on here. Or it only let me put 2 at a time. Okay. Well, actually, let's do 4 here. There we go. And then I want to do asparagus staging on this. So this would be the first to go. So how is this staging set up? I do want all the engines to fire at once. And then what are these? These will go first. Okay. And then these will go. And then I want, let's see, these go, okay, so I want the other to go in here. There we go. And then to make it more aerodynamically sound, that we need the bigger ones. Here we go. Ah, there we go. I think that I do. And then just give us some clamping, launch clamps. And then make sure they're all in the right stage. And then, as always, we check our staging. So these go, this goes, the engines fire. These will go first. They'll be detached. Those will go next. And then we deploy the fairing. Release our satellite, and then we can zoom off into space. I'm going to save this as probe 1 or satellite 1, sorry. Satellite 1. I think we're ready to go. I don't want it so far up in the air, though. So let's grab it by here. And zoom it down just a little bit. There we go. And save it. And I think our action groups are all good. So let's launch this and get it into the orbit it's specified. Cannot afford to launch this vessel. Oh no! We are out of money. We're over like 4,000, 5,000 credits. So let's see, how much do each of the science pieces cost? 900 pieces. Okay, so we may need to cut down on the amount of science we use. I usually say double up, but in this case, we can only singly probably put these in here. So I'll have temperature on one side. I only have one of those. Oh, what is killing our price? How much do the noses cost? 450 a piece. Oh man. Let's see, what happens if we use only 2? We're still at 6,100. Oh. Alright, this is probably one of the times where I'm going to go out here. I want to save. I'm actually going to try to take some of our science. We have 80 science. Let's see if we can get anything. Science. No, I don't. I want the bailout grant. We can use our reputation. I don't even know how much reputation we have. Oh boy. We can get 400. Let's see, we get 11 science. Let's go up to 25%. So we can get a couple of $1,000 for 26 science. I don't know if that's going to work. Let's go ahead and do it. Oh man. I don't want to do that. Explore the moon. Let's see, what do they want to do? Orbit around Kerbin. Oh, I can't even do space missions. Oh. I know what we could do, and this is probably a cheaty way of doing it. But some of these actually give you an advance to do certain things. But I'm only going to, in circumstances like this though, I'm only going to take the ones that I know that I will do later. Like this one right here, explore the moon. I know I'm going to do it. It gives me an advance of 17,920. So that'll give us a little extra money to get our satellite into orbit, because once we get the satellite into orbit, let's see. It gave us a front of 34,000, but when we complete it, we get 93,000. So we're essentially getting our money back. So just to keep ourselves on the safe side, let's see, these are all ferry missions. We could probably do that with a space plane, but we'll do that when we get back. I only have a day. Offers expires in a day. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to take these. Yes, I'll take them because I don't want them to expire. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6. I actually need to complete this one. But I can't complete that yet. I'll have to do, like, when we go to the moon again, or Minmus again, then I'll test it when I get back. But now that we've done that, I don't know if people find it cheaty, but I will eventually get those missions done. It's just they're not going to get done right now. So now we have enough funds. My head's probably anyway. $62,000. We have $133,000 now. So we actually can afford to make sure that this is affordable and we have the money now. And we're not going to add any of the things that we took off back because, yeah, I'm not going to do that. Make sure we have everything. Looks good, looks good. I want to save it one last time and then double check our staging. All those are fire. Yes, yes. All right, we're good. Let's get this baby into a stable orbit or the specified orbit around Kerbin. And then we'll have to do this a few more times so that way we have full antenna coverage around Kerbin. Oh, that sucks. Revert flight back to the assembly building. Alright, let's make sure this is... There we go. Save it again. And then launch. So first off, because I don't really know the orbit, it could be a equatorial orbit or it could be a polar orbit. So it looks like it's just an equatorial orbit around Kerbin. So standard launching procedures are a go. So here we go. 3, 2, 1, launch. Go ahead and start laying over. Hopefully those winglets on the side here will keep us straight and narrow rather than having to fight it. Because we don't have a lot of rotation on this, or a lot of wheels, reaction wheels. We did have the one in the fairing. So go ahead and lay it back and start laying it over. Make sure we stop because we have to release our engines. As you can see, as you saw, oh no. Oh, this is not good. Come on, come on. There we go. Go ahead and start laying over some more. We need to get this up here as high as we possibly can. Because the higher we get it on initial burn, the better. So let's go ahead and do this. There we go. How far is this? It is 3 million. Okay. Want to make sure we don't run out of fuel out of the main stage yet. All right. There we go. We're good. Continue going upwards. So 3 million is what we're aiming. Make sure once we get to 3 million, we cut our engines, or relatively close to 3 million, we'll cut our engines. 2 million, 3 million. So 3,533,000, which is roughly there. And then we'll do all our course correction stuff once we get out to the apoaps. How much fuel do we have? Oh, we have plenty of fuel. Oh, I don't know why I was fretting. We have plenty of fuel. So now that we're in space, we can do ourselves a favor and go ahead and deploy the fairings. They get blown all off, and we can turn the lights on. Oh, we have lights. That way we can see inside of our little cabin thing here. And we could do a little bit of science, if we haven't already. None that we can send back home, apparently. Yeah, none of it. I just figured I would check, because it never hurts to check to see if you've actually done science in an area. Because, like I said before, like I was showing you in the cut there in the beginning of the episode, there was a lot of science that I did not get from the science station or KSC. So, yeah. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and make a maneuver here. Actually, I probably need to make a maneuver here to adjust my... Nope, that's the wrong one. Close that. Add maneuver. Is this the right way? Yes. Get really close. Move it up, and then nope. Actually, I need to redo that. I want to do this as close to the planet as possible, because once you get it out here, it's harder to do. Because you get up here and you'll start slowing down. So let's move it up. Make sure it's crossing that line, which it doesn't look like it's doing. Alright, go up some more. And there. So this burn is in roughly 4 minutes. Probably could do it a lot better, but I want to make sure I'm on this line, and then we could, you know, shift our axis once we're out slow enough to where the change makes a difference. It's just changing our oh, I don't even know, the circularization, I guess you would call it. Changing that out here is a lot harder. I don't know why, it just is. So let's speed up to where our node is. Our burn is roughly 1 second. So we'll burn it 2. There we go. Good. So now we can warp. Actually, I don't trust that warp. But I do want to make sure that we do have a node here. Add maneuver. That circularizes this thing. I need to get rid of you. Thank you. So we need to speed up. So that way we can circularize. There we go. And while I'm at it, I'm actually going to go anti-normal, I think. Wait, no, it's this way. There we go. That looks pretty close. That looks really, really close. So it's going to be about a 12-second burn. So that's not too bad. Let's see, this is 350. I mean, technically we could probably slow down, but I think it's plus or minus. I think it gives us a little leeway between the space. Let's see, what is the leeway note? 1.6 degree. Oh, it's the inclination. Okay, I knew that's something like that. It's not circularization. It's inclination. Okay. Longitude of descending node 145 degrees, which, yeah, we're good. We're good. We have an hour to the node, so I'm going to go ahead and set us up on that node and then speed up, do a little bit of warp. So being an estimated of 12-second burn, I'll start burning at 6, split it in half. Hopefully we'll get this right on the money, and this would be our first satellite. And then we'll get a couple more up here, so that way we can talk no matter what side of Kerbin we're on. That will be awesome. I'm just looking at the T-minus 20 second probably speed. Oh, slow down. Don't want to go too fast. Oh, shh. Burn.
And slow it down, slow it down, slow it down. Get this right on the money and stop. So now that we've met all requirements for the thing, we have to maintain a steady orbit for 10 seconds. And we finished it! Alright. So now that we still have fuel in here, so I'm not going to let it go. I'm just going to leave this satellite as it is. Make sure that require complete. Or require complete, okay. Retract. Oh no, go ahead and, extend it. Yeah. And then we'll go ahead and extend our solar panels. So that we can keep this thing nice and powered while we're not touching it. We could turn the lights off on it, because we're not going to be using the lights when we're not near it. And we could probably do a little bit of science while we're here. 8.2, that's good. I need a person to come out here and grab that, though. Any of this? Nothing that I can send, probably. Alright. So that's that. Is there anything I need to change on the thing here? No. Leave it like it is. And there we go. It may be dinky and dainty and small in comparison, or it may not be the most beautiful thing in the world, but our first satellite is up. And we got paid to do it. Alright, so we're going to go back to the Space Center and leave that up there. Like I said before, with the addition that we made with our clamp, or oh gosh, I'm drawing a blank now. Clampertrons? Is it the Clampertrons? Oh my goodness. Radial attach point. Yeah, here they are. Yeah, the Clampertron. Oh my goodness, I spaced out there for a second. The Clampertrons. Now that we've put in there the Clampertrons, anytime we get upgraded pieces, we can just send a space plane up there with the required parts, change them out. There we go. But thank you everybody for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please give it a big thumbs up. And until next time, see you later.